From our Washington, D.C. studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hena Zuberi. Rashida Tlaib leads 19 lawmakers urging the Trump administration to end support for Israel's weaponization of aid in Gaza. This and more coming up next, so stay tuned. The U.S. government is considering taking away citizenship from Americans who commit serious crimes. Officials say they are looking to apply this new order on people who commit crimes like terrorism, fraud, or drug trafficking. They also say this is to stop dangerous people from traveling freely or from living in the country. The plan is a part of President Trump's push for stricter immigration rules. Critics worry it could unfairly affect some immigrant communities. 2 more migrants have died in U.S. immigration custody, raising this year's death toll to 13, already higher than last year. One was a 75-year-old Cuban man, and the other was a 49-year-old Canadian. Overcrowding and poor conditions are being blamed. Canada is demanding answers. The U.S. is detaining over 66,000 migrants, far above capacity. Black families are facing rising healthcare costs at higher rates than others, according to a new report. The average cost for a family of 4 is now over $35,000 a year. Black households often pay higher premiums and have plans with more out-of-pocket costs. With potential cuts to Medicaid and ACA subsidies, many fear the crisis will worsen. More than 45% of Black Americans rely on public health coverage. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, is calling on European leaders to act after mosques in the UK and France were attacked. In England, vandals set fire to a mosque. In France, another was damaged and covered in hate flyers. CAIR says political rhetoric is fueling anti-Muslim violence and urges action to stop it. A growing food crisis in Gaza is forcing hundreds of Palestinians to wait in line for hot meals. Footage showed long lines of desperate residents waiting for aid as a charity distributed food in Gaza City's Sheikh Radwan neighborhood. The Israeli blockade has choked Gaza's lifeline. Since March the 2nd, Israel largely has sealed the main crossings, letting in fewer than 58 trucks a day. The World Health Organization says 112 children are admitted to Gaza hospitals every day for malnutrition treatment. The U.S. is still sending food aid to Gaza, even though Israeli attacks near aid sites have killed many civilians. America says Israel is looking into what happened, but blames Hamas for the crisis. Since mid-June, hundreds of people in Gaza have been killed while trying to get food. But the U.S. still says that the aid group is doing good work and promises to keep helping. 19 U.S. lawmakers, led by Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, are urging the Trump administration to stop supporting what they call Israel's weaponization of aid in Gaza. In a letter to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, they condemned the blockade and accused Israel of using hunger as a weapon of war. They also opposed Israel's new plan to militarize food distribution, saying it violates international law and has been dismissed by the United Nations. The lawmakers are calling for a ceasefire, restoration of aid to UNRWA, and unrestricted humanitarian access. Mosques in Mumbai turned to tech after 1,500 loudspeakers are removed. Details coming up soon. Welcome back. The U.S. has revoked visas for British punk band Bob Wylan after they led a chant of death to the IDF during a Glastonbury festival performance. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau said that the U.S. won't welcome foreigners who glorify hate or violence. The ban could cancel the punk band's U.S. tour, and police in the UK have launched a criminal investigation. President Trump signed an executive order lifting U.S. sanctions on Syria, a major change in American foreign policy. Sanctions will remain on former President Bashar al-Assad and his allies, but the rest will be removed to support Syria's new transitional government. The decision follows Trump's meeting with Syria's new leader, Ahmed al-Shara, who took power after Assad fled to Russia. The White House says that the move supports peace and unity in Syria. The first Nuclear Energy Innovation Summit in Africa opened on Monday in Kigali, Rwanda. Leaders and experts gathered to explore how small nuclear reactions can help solve Africa's energy problems. Rwanda's Prime Minister said nuclear power is important to meet growing demands from population growth, industry, and AI. With 600 million people still without reliable electricity, speakers said nuclear energy could help important sectors like mining, healthcare, and farming. The summit focused on the need for African cooperation, stable policies, and investor trust to build a clean and secure energy future. Organizers stressed the peaceful use of nuclear energy and highlighted Africa's leadership in clean energy. Mosques in Mumbai are using a mobile app called Online Azan to stream the call to prayer after police removed over 1,500 loudspeakers. Officials say that the loudspeakers broke noise rules and that they are not essential to religion. Muslim leaders say they were unfairly targeted. The app lets people hear the adhan live from their local mosques. A report warns that critical minerals used worldwide may be linked to forced labor in Chinese-occupied East Turkestan. 77 companies were identified in the report released last month. Supply chains in the region have been tied to forced labor of Uyghur and Turkic people. Advocates are urging global action to end the genocide in the region. A tiny patch with microneedles could one day replace painful biopsies. It collects data from the skin in minutes and has already helped detect brain tumors. Doctors hope it can be used for more types of testing soon. They say it is a gentler and faster tool to screen for cancer and surgeries. Over 1,500 participants completed a 13-day program on Sahih al-Bukhari in Istanbul, studying the Prophet Muhammad's sayings, peace be upon him. Scholars from many countries attended and emphasized preserving hadiths for future generations. The event ended with a final reading by a renowned Syrian scholar, Muhammad Mujir al-Khatib. Al-Bukhari's collection is recognized worldwide as the most authentic collection of the Sunnah of the Prophet. It contains more than 7,500 hadiths. That's all from our Washington, D.C. studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We're a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. Please donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.